Hello, this is Karen Harrison. Welcome to Reiki Call podcast for May of 2024. My website is karenharrison.net, and you can find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts and also on my website and my YouTube channel at Karen Harrison Reiki. So I'm very excited to have as my guest Richard. Oh, how do you say it?
Yeah.
Sia.
Yeah.
Okay, from Taiwan. And I actually traveled to Taiwan recently and got to meet Richard, which was a delight. He was a wonderful tour guide and showed my girlfriend Linda and me all around the beautiful city of Taipei and around the area, and took us out to show us all the wonderful food, and we had a great time.
My pleasure.
Yes. So Richard learned Reiki in 2011, and he studied Reiki with 5 different Reiki masters. He's also learned Qigong, Tai Chi, and acupuncture. He is a certified Tai Chi coach in Taiwan, and he has his Chinese medical doctor license in Malaysia. So we're going to be talking about Reiki and acupuncture. And Reiki, or the Chinese use acupuncture to work on qi, which is the energy, to work on meridians, and they have for several thousand years. And Richard got the idea to add Reiki to the needles when doing acupuncture, which I think is a great idea. I suggested that to my acupuncturist. And then he also got the idea to try using his fingers instead of needles for those that don't like needles, and also to follow the law in Taiwan, since he doesn't have the medical doctor license in Taiwan. So welcome, Richard. Thank you for joining us. The 13-hour time difference.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
hello, Karen, and everyone. This is Richard from Taiwan.
Thank you. So, how did you start to combine Reiki and meridians?
It's how to say, it's really an accident. I have a client, and he's a Chinese medical doctor, and he came to me. He want to get Reiki, and he want to compare what's the differences between acupuncture and the Reiki. He want to feel the energy flows inside his body. What's the differences? Then after I did the Reiki to him, and after the section we discussed and exchange our experience. Before, I think at that time I still haven't yet had I didn't go to learn acupuncture. And he told me when he trying to give needling to people, to his patients, and they will definitely every time when he to put the needle onto the human body, part of his chi, his energy will definitely go through the needle and inject into the patient. So he found out in the mornings, if the hour for 3 hours for his how do you say, to talk to see the patients, the first 1 hour the needling is powerful and very effective, but the rest of 2 hours doesn't really work that much. So and when he learned in school, teachers also taught him this one technique. Say if he found out either the energy inside of the patient, inside of the energy level of the patient is low or not enough, and or the doctors himself, the energy is also low, then if you want to increase the effect of the needling, you better to cast the spell. You just to pray for the God and to read a mantra,
Uh,
or cast a spell to call to summon the Holy Spirit to cast to put the energy or chi into onto the needles and get into the patient's body. He said, "Wow, that's." Then he asked me, "Can I do this?" When he do the needling, and I just put my fingers and to inject Reiki
mhm.
onto the needle. I said, "Why not? Let's try." So we try to do this, and
Uh-huh.
he feels, wow, the feeling is really different from his previous experience. And
Uh-huh.
then after he left, I I'm wondering, and then since I don't have the license in Taiwan, I cannot do really needling. What about if I use my fingertips to instead of the needle?
Uh-huh.
Then I call several of my students, just randomly, kind of a randomly trial. So nobody knows what I'm going to do, but
Uh-huh.
they have a special visual ability to see the energy, how did it go? And
Wow.
after I tried, I learned from some acupuncture. Then I tried this. I used two different systems
Hmm.
of technique. One is from the traditional 12 meridians, this kind of technique. The other is going to you they don't follow the traditional meridians. They just use their special their discovery based on their discovery, and then they have this acupoint.
Uh-huh.
Then I try two different techniques, and my students, they just, without telling anything, it's random, how to say, random control trial,
Uh-huh.
RCT. So they're all double blind, it's double blind, it's all single blind. So they don't know what's going on. And then I just put on their body. Then they can tell me how the energy flows in their body precisely. Wow, that really surprised me.
Wow.
Then I after in that session I also try if I combine with the hand positions
Mhm.
and the acupuncture points, what will happen? For example, if someone has something wrong with the chest, either inside the organ is including the heart and the stomach, there's something wrong with here.
Mhm.
Even if it's for example for the stomach, too much acid
Mhm.
or eat too much. So everything's stuck here. Or
Mhm.
there's some kind of a heart attack.
Mhm.
And so we will put even we use needles. We put into 内关, which is in how to say that? But anyway, in the one of Meridian, later we'll check the
Uh-huh.
name. I have to say, I have to apologize that I'm not fluent with English of the Meridians because I don't need to use that. So time to
Oh,
time,
that's okay. We aren't fluid in Chinese either.
time to time, let me check with English. How to how
Yeah.
to how do I say it in English? So I touch the acupoint, and then the other hand put on uh the place. The people feel not comfortable, and they can feel the people or the clients that when they lying there, they can feel two different energy flow and come into and join together into the same spot, and they
Wow.
feel and one they someone will say it's kind of a yin and yang power and melt each others. So it feel like Tai Chi. They say probably it's too much, too over.
Oh.
I would say, okay, if you like to describe it like that, I agree with you and I respect. But
Uh,
what I feel is I do a more and more experiment. And every time also my clients always give me surprise. They say that the effect or the result is different, totally different from the traditional only hand positions.
mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. So you're running Reiki through the meridians with your fingers and hand positions and with your intention.
Yeah. The hand position, it depends on we say biosensing scanning, right?
Yeah.
So we can check well what's going on. And but I also found when we do biosensing scanning on the body, how to say, mostly we do on the torso, right? We
Yeah.
only scan the head and the chest and the torso. We don't scan for the legs and how to say the arms
Mm-hmm.
But I have read some stories about Takada, Mrs. Takada,
Mm-hmm.
that when she trying to cure something, for example, ears problem, she put her hands on the gut or on the liver, or he has something, and anyway, she doesn't really put the hand position on the how to say the spot that really feel uncomfortable. She put her hand away from the part affected,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And I read about the story and I combined with acupuncture point or meridians. I found, oh, it's because she put the hands on the meridians
Ah,
of the problem. But
okay.
probably she doesn't have the concept of this acupuncture or a meridian concept. So she doesn't know that's really related. But when I read the stories, I can I just randomly guess. Probably it's really because of the meridians. And all the meridian because all the meridians go, we have traditionally we have a 12. Some people say 12 or some people say 14. It depends on the different systems. How do they see the acupuncture point?
Mm-hmm.
For the 14th, there will nothing go with the center. For the front and the back, there will be a center, and that's two different meridians. And because very rare for people to put needles in the center line, so people tend to go to the away from the both sides. So for the center lines, we would like to say it's a four. If we include the two meridians in the center, that would be 14. It's good, that would be 12. So it depends on different teachers and different systems.
Interesting. Well, I know one time I was at a Reiki retreat at William Rand's home, and I had a Reiki session from Jill Teal, one of our licensed teachers in Minnesota. And she's does massage and she's familiar with the meridians. And she intended to run Reiki through my meridians. And the Reiki energy felt very different flowing that way. It felt kind of electrical and very tingly, and I could feel it going through my body. So I thought that was fascinating. And I would do that, but I don't really have any knowledge of meridians. Look quite a bit more complicated than just learning about 7 chakras.
Yeah. And for me, honestly speaking, when I teach level two about in a level two, uh, some teacher will talk about chakra, but instead of chakra, I prefer to talk about meridians because it's much more effective.
Mm-hmm.
And we only have 7 chakras, and each chakra need to manage so many things. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to introduce the meridians concept, bring this concept into my class, and my students they will feel because in maybe let's call because of the culture in Chinese cultures, comparing with chakra,
Yeah.
meridian is much more closer to our life.
Mm-hmm.
So our experience is much more easier to know this. So I bring the meridian concept into the class, and then I will introduce which acupoint can benefit with different disease or illness, and
Mm-hmm.
how can we ease the symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's illegal in Taiwan also to say Reiki has its effect. We can only say it's helpful.
Oh, yeah. Well, I understand that. So what sort of benefits do your clients notice from using Reiki on the meridians?
Um, I will say, according to Chinese medical theory, a human's illness or disease is only because of the energy disbalance. So
Mm-hmm.
what we need to do, a Chinese medical doctors trying to do is to bring the balance back to
Mm-hmm.
this human body.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be yin and the yang's powers and 12 different meridians.
Mm-hmm.
And each meridian has its energy with a high or low or positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
By the modern technique to check the meridians, people can know what's the energy level of each meridian, and each meridian the energy to maintain with the certain levels. If you maintain with in this period, in this how do you say, in this
In a
period?
range,
Yes, in this range. Thank you.
like not too high, not too low.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So if it maintains this range, there will be no problem.
Mhm.
And when we do that, and I also have this kind of instrument to check with my clients. So I do Reiki, or you do Reiki or do acupuncture before and after. I would like to check the energies, what's the conditions. So we were trying to bring the too high energy back, low, make it lower, and then stay in this certain range, the
Mhm.
safe range. Let's say in this way. So after, so we no matter we use medicine in Chinese medical theory with medicine or acupuncture needling, just trying to bring back of the balance. That's saying this way as simply.
Yes.
So and people can feel if they feel too hot, they can feel much better. The temperature kind of be lower, or they feel too cold, they can feel warmer after the Reiki. So that just like Reiki or the acupuncture, the systems, it's a kind of a bi-directional. No matter if this meridian is too high or too low, the goal for this energy is just to go into to inject into these meridians, brings everything back to normal.
Well, that's exciting. Now, what kind of an instrument do you use to check the balance of the meridians?
How to say that in English? Later, maybe later I will give you an update. Let me put it down.
Okay. Do you check by intuition or do you check with some physical instrument?
Oh, it's a physical instrument. So there's a detector to put on 12 different acupoints. And
Mhm.
then the instruments are analyzed. The modern technology says they use the resistance or impedance of the skin and to detect the meridians, the energy level of each meridian.
Mhm.
And because they already have they collect a lot of data. So the database is good, it's huge enough. They can base on the database to design a machine. And this technique, I think, is already lasts for 30 or 40 years at least.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for this kind of instrument, and there are a lot of thesis and or papers on the internet to talk about and discuss to introduce the technical background and how to particularly use or clinical trial in the hospitals.
Well, that would be wonderful to know about because people are always trying to find a way to prove that Reiki works. And if there's some sort of instrument, that can show that Reiki is effective, similar to checking the acupuncture points, like if you do a Reiki session, now if you measure before, do a Reiki session, and then measure afterwards, and you have a reliable, scientifically um, approved instrument, that would be wonderful to know about.
Yeah, but the only problem of this kind of instrument is the accuracy.
Oh, okay. You're not sure how accurate it is.
Because let's say in this way, the acupuncture point here and
Mhm.
here and here, it's slightly different. The impedance or the resistance is
Mhm.
different, right? So if we put the index, how to say that the detector on
Mhm.
different spots, you will definitely get different data.
Oh, well, that.
So in that will make the result of the each time you check, it's very difficult to maintain the consistency, and so only for the I would say a technician with a very fluent technique,
Uh,
and he knows precisely where the acupoint is, and then he checked. The data can be understandable, and also to analyze the data for each how before and after the Reiki or acupoints is also need someone very it's kind of professional. The first time when I really spent some money to build it, it's about $4,000.
Wow.
For yeah, for each for well, what was just small box,
Mm.
$4,000 US dollars. Then I bought it. So it's quite big money here in Taiwan.
Yeah, that's a lot of
And
money too.
I check it for my students and my clients. So
Mhm.
again, I don't know how to understand the report. Very difficult because the energy goes everywhere. So
That's interesting. Well,
we so every that means at the end I need to send the report to the manufacturers, and the manufacturer, the technical support engineers will help me to realize to understand how can we explain for what's the result.
mm,
But because it takes too much time and effort in to read the report every time, and
yeah,
so at the end I give up.
oh,
But it's
I,
good to have but because it is not only one manufacturer in Taiwan, there are so
mhm,
many manufacturers in Japan, in Taiwan, in China, maybe someone in Europe.
mm.
So because the theory already now it's quite widely spread in many countries.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for letting us know about that. Can you give some examples of cases where you've used Reiki on the meridians and what sort of results that you've gotten?
Okay. I will say the first several experience of is there's one student in my Reiki 1 and Reiki 2. And the very interesting is every time when she came to the classroom, she always sick, terribly sick.
Mm-hmm.
And the in her level 2, and her level 1 is she cannot she cannot sit on the chair. She has to lie down. So whole class, 2 days, she just lie down and with a high fever having the class for like level 1. But after the class, immediately she could have recovered. We'll say, okay, probably it's because of Reiki. Everybody gave her Reiki. So she feels fine. And then, and her level 2, she came to the class, continues coughing and she coughed terribly. And because it's very annoying, and nobody can have a class. And I trying to continue to talk, to teach, but she continues to cough badly. So after 1 hour, I found this it cannot be work. So I just call break. Then in a break time, I went to her. I just hold her both hands on the palm in this position.
Mm-hmm.
In Chinese, we call 鱼际.
Mm-hmm.
It's if we say in a a meridian, it's a long meridian, and it's long meridian, the 10th acupoints,
Mm-hmm.
number 10th acupoints.
Uh-huh.
Now hold both hands because if a coughing with flame, the coughing with flame, this one is it's very powerful.
Uh-huh.
It's coughing without flame, and it will be I will put the fingers on Tai Yuan.
Uh-huh.
So I hold both hands on the Yu Ji. And after 2 or 3 minutes, and she stopped coughing. And I said, oh, I was also very surprised and stunning. Oh, feel very satisfied, very happy.
Wow.
But I need to talk. I need to teach the class. I cannot. I cannot hold her hands. So I call my assistant. Please hold her hand. So the rest of 2 hours, my assistant continues sitting in front of her and hold her hands, and then she's just without any coughing and continue to have the class, no problem. And after
Wow.
2 hours, because in the 2 hours, every time my assistant just because it's kind of sour to maintain the same position, so my assistant want to to take a relax. But
Uh,
after my assistant just go away, leave the 2 hands, then she stopped. So my assistant get help, go back to put the hands on the thumb of put on the acupoints. So, but after 2 hours, so my student, she the kind of the coughing problem completely stopped and cured. The rest the half day in the afternoon, no problem at all.
Wow.
Okay, it's
That's
one of the very
fascinating.
interesting experience.
Wow.
And um, um, oh, then there will be someone who has problem. She cannot sleep well. The sleeping quality has some problem, either hard to get into fall asleep, or the whole night is always wake up. So
Mhm.
this point,
Uh-huh.
just put fingertip, no matter one finger, index finger or second fingers, or two fingers, no problem. Just put here. And
Mhm.
the hand position, you can do hand on the head or chest or, or stomach, whatever, no problem. But put here is very effective for helping people to fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah,
So all you do is just place your fingers. That's basically the third eye area. So
yeah,
you
but
place your fingers. So hopefully we will not all fall asleep while we're listening to you.
don't do this in the class. But we will use needles for insert here.
Uh-huh.
So go to the nose, put here, and then that will be helpful for the sleeping
Uh-huh.
quality.
Wow. All right. And if
But also
anyone, if any,
very important is also combined with the technique to get relaxed. So the people cannot how to say the teeth cannot bite. They have to relax. Let go is the jaw, and the tongue cannot go up. Must be also relaxed. Put it down, and
excellent.
the throat open it.
So you have to open the jaw.
Open the jaw, but not open the mouth. So
Oh.
the mouth is closed, but the jaw is just let it go. Just maintain a relaxed
Mm-hmm.
position in this jaw. And so the pressure of here is going down. The pressure of the whole skull is also down. Then
Uh-huh.
with the fingertips on here, the people can
Fingertips
fall
there.
asleep very easily.
All right. Fingertips there. Jaw relaxed. Tongue on the bottom of
Um,
the mouth.
mm. Because in Qigong, people will say you have to turn to lift up to touch the upper, I don't know how to say,
Mhm.
or behind
The roof of the
upper
mouth
teeth, right?
behind the teeth.
But don't do it. Don't do
Don't
it.
do that.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
waste of energy.
Oh, really? Putting your tongue on the roof of the mouth is a waste of energy?
Of course, because you have to lift up. So it's not really, it's not relaxed. So to relax, it means also like put the tongue low, maintain the original position in a lower position.
Okay, interesting. And if any of our listeners have any questions as Richard is talking, feel free to ask.
And also one of the technique is here. But this is in the different systems, not a traditional 12 meridians. It's I don't know where it is, but
Okay, right there.
in this section, in the center of the thumb,
Uh-huh.
if someone has some wound, cannot heal, can how to say this blood sugar is too high? How to say that diabetes?
Yeah, diabetes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
If he has some problem with the diabetes. So if he get injured, the wound cannot be healed. And
Uh-huh.
may be a long run, this will be a problem, right? So no matter inside the organs, there's something wrong. It's a bleeding.
Mhm.
Or outside on the skin, there'll be something wrong of the
Uh-huh.
wound. You want to get the wound healed
Uh-huh.
immediately, sooner, faster. They can put fingertips on here.
Really? So right there.
Yes, just doing this like this.
Okay, so you just put your
Okay,
fingertips here on
another.
the back of the thumb for a wound that doesn't heal. Because, yes, I have a friend who's had a wound that has had problems healing.
Yeah,
So,
very good
okay.
technique.
All right. And how long do you have to hold that?
Uh, 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay. 30 to 40 minutes. Hold that. On which hand?
No matter, doesn't matter.
All right. Either hand will help to heal a wound.
Yeah. Or we will say it's about the dosage. So if you use one hand, it's just like you take one pill. And
Uh-huh.
you want to take two pills and then you use both hands. Okay.
Oh,
So
can you do that for yourself? Like that?
yes, yes, yes. And if you do it by yourself, um, we found acupressure is sometimes helpful than only acureiki.
Yeah.
So for this point, only for this point, acupressure,
Uh-huh.
you use your nail to press on this area. Yes.
That.
And if you a little bit hurt, and that will be good. Okay, and it will be fine. And you use your index finger. I will say by this, it will be easier.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay.
and by this, yeah, it's really helpful for wound healing.
Fascinating. Okay. Well, what about for headaches? That's a
For
common
headaches, there
problem.
will be two different kind of. In fact, in Chinese medicine, headache is a big problem for with on the top, headache on the top, headache on the both sides. There will or headaches on the back. It's a kind of a different. The root cause is different, but
Uh,
generally speaking, if you catch a cold or because of flu, this kind of headache, you can hear from this kind of this line. There will be a line, right?
uh-huh. Right there.
And three fingers width. Okay, and
Okay.
then that's a ulna, and the radius in the center,
Mm-hmm.
between the two bones,
Oh,
ulna
right
and
there.
radius. So
Uh-huh.
this point, it's called the 外观.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 外观, and this point is very helpful for any kind of headache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just
doing this.
so you just all right. So push it and activate your Reiki and send some Reiki into it.
Yes,
Okay.
very helpful.
Well, oh, isn't this also a spot for is that a spot for nausea? Like if you feel like you're gonna throw up.
If you throw up, then the backside, the same, almost the
Oh,
same.
okay. All right. I was remembering some wristbands that I had for nausea.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there will be two. I don't know how to say that. The lines, kind of lines, softer, and you have to
Right.
put your fingers in between of these two.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, I don't know what they're called either in English.
Okay. So
We don't
the
talk about that body part.
right center right of the hands. So this position, no 内关, is very helpful for all the problem here.
Hmm.
Anything, any problem here.
Okay. And if you have nausea and a headache, then you just go like that.
Yes, yes.
So like that might be good for a migraine, perhaps. You know.
It will be if we use a finger in our in acupuncture, there will be a special technique. It the penetration goes from here to the other side under the skin, but not penetrate through. So just it's a very long. So sometimes it's from here, so it will be this long, and if it's leg, that will be much longer for the penetrations go through to the other side of the skin. And so we will use our palm in the other side and continue to insert insert the needle. And when we touch, the skin is very closer, and then we stop. And when we use this kind of penetration, which means it's very, very powerful to boost the energy inside of the human beings.
You use needles that go all the way from one side of the arm to the other side.
Yes, but under skin without penetration through.
Oh,
Okay,
huh.
so the other side there will be no, you won't see no needles, but if you touch it, you can check there's really a needle here,
Wow. Huh.
but very
Okay.
safe. very, very
Okay.
safe.
All right. Very, very safe. All right. So,
Because even when this kind of penetration, when we remove the needles, guess what? There will be no blood, nothing.
okay, that's good because sometimes with acupuncture here in the States, occasionally I'll have a little tiny bit of blood.
Yeah, but and again, if you see that there's a blood, don't be panic. It's very normal, all right. And then the blood is only 1 or 2 drops. It will be not too much.
Right, right. Okay, so but Reiki, that sounds very nice to use the acupuncture points with Reiki. Uh, and now, do you think that gives a stronger effect than just using acupuncture or Reiki by themselves?
I will say Reiki without is technique without moving. And we just put our hands on hand positions or Japanese technique that will go to different Byosen spots, right? And from when but the hand doesn't move, just put there for certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
In Chinese medicine, medical theory, a human body's energies will flow continuously. Well,
Mm-hmm.
from this point to have a circle around for one circle, it's about 25 to 40 minutes, depends on the age. For the younger person, the how do you say the circulation is faster, so it's about 25 minutes. Then this will be one circle. For senior people, they will be take a longer time to go back to the same point.
Mm-hmm.
So in
Okay.
Japan, the authentic Reiki technique is if when we found there's a byosen, we put our hands on this byosen, we will continue to last for 30 to 40 minutes without remove our hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to cure the illness.
Mm-hmm.
But Mrs. Takada cannot teach this in States because against the law. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot diagnose, you cannot give a prescription and do the treatment. And now you're doing the three things in one time.
Uh-huh.
So it's not good for her to teach, I guess. So at the end, it turns to hand position to cover a whole part of the body.
Mm-hmm.
But in Japan, everybody just put the hands on the Byosen spot area to maintain 30 to 40 minutes. And that's the same theory as we use needling. When we do the acupuncture, we will insert the needles onto one patient, and we will let the patients lie down, maintain 30 to 40 minutes, depends on his or her age.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, interesting. So, just a little refresher for the listeners that Biosin is the area of blockage in the body that you can find through scanning with your hand. You scan until you find an area that feels thicker, heavier, denser, to give the Reiki to. Okay. There's no risk or danger in doing this and working with the meridians, especially with Reiki. You're not going to draw blood.
No, no. I will say acupuncture, this skill technique is very safe because it's kind of bi-directional. If this meridians is a kind of the energy too high, when we inject the energy into it, it will bring back the balance. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really no harm to use
Yeah.
this technique.
Yes. I've received acupuncture for many years. So there's Linda joining us. So
Hello, Linda.
welcome.
How are you? Good to see you again.
Again.
Yeah. He's been sharing all sorts of interesting points, including points for wound healing. So I thought, well, that was interesting. You can ask Michael about that.
Okay.
All right. We might have to put you on mute since there's feedback between yours.
Oh, right. I just turned mine off. Oh, Michael just turned his off. Okay. You just turned it
Okay.
off.
Okay.
Should be good.
All right. So Richard, the clients that you do this for, is this what you normally do in your practice, is you give Reiki on the acupuncture points?
I can also share one very powerful technique or acupoint.
Mhm.
It's here. Maybe it's no.
Okay, so there.
So in the ball, elbow.
Uh-huh.
So there's a bone here, right? Touch the
Uh-huh.
touch the bone here, and
Uh-huh.
right in the conjunction, right in the junction, this
Uh,
area,
yeah.
quite must be very deep. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is very
I push.
for every woman. If you want to maintain your skin brighter and shining, or if there's any itching, or how do you say that? Eczema,
Eczema. Uh-huh.
eczema. But anyway, no matter if there's any itching,
Uh-huh.
any problem with the skin, you just put fingers here,
Wow.
both both hands. That's really benefit to stop the itching, and also to bring everything back.
Wow.
But it takes really long. It takes a really long time. Every time must maintain 30 to 40 minutes. And let me talk about one example. I will never forget. It's unforgettable.
Hmm.
This is level, my students level 1. Because we have a Reiki, I have a Reiki practice every week, every week.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's on air, but because not recently because of something wrong with my classroom, so we changed to move to a different location. I cannot have a weekly practice.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, it's a weekly practice. So on the weekend, on Sunday, the one student just complete her level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the following the week, it's on Tuesday. So Tuesday night, she just she came to the practice with her friend. Then when her friend lied on the back on the massage table, we asked her what's going on, and the friend just told us that she has eczema, and for about 1 year. She went to see a lot of different doctor, no matter Western or Chinese doctor. No one can really help her to solve the problem. She has either have to take pills to stop the itching every night and feel very hot. Um, but she doesn't really want to take so many pills.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she came to join the weekly practice.
Mm-hmm.
Say, okay, then my student just ask, where should I put my her hands? Then I introduce it. You just put her hands on lung meridians. The beginning points of lung meridian is from here,
Mm-hmm.
LE01, 02, and then go to the arms to the thumb, to the
Mm-hmm.
thumb. So, but the very important point is here. So put one hand positioned here, the other position goes here, but use your fingertips
Mm-hmm.
for 30 minutes. Then after 30 minutes, the session is done. So she get up, and then we ask, how do you feel? The answer is no particular, nothing special. Okay, so my students kind of get a bit worried.
Mm-hmm.
Does that really effective or not? Does Reiki really work? We don't know, because the eczema, when there's something itching, it goes everywhere every night. So hard to predict. So he cannot identify where should her hands put the hand on the body. So that's why I introduced these two points. But the next day morning, at 7 a.m., she sent a message to me, say, Richard, so thank you so much. My friend told me she has very good sleep last night, the first night in the past 1 year without itching. She's so
Wow.
surprised. How come it can be so powerful? I say, no big deal. It's normal. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's just because of Reiki and Acureiki. We say Acureiki.
Accurate.
I really checked this term on internet. There are quite many people use Acureiki. So it's not only me to find out this technique. there will be some senior people, they already knows how to
Wow.
combine this technique.
Yeah. Well, this is fascinating. I love hearing the stories. Now, you also said that you could share a meditation with us, and we have about 10 minutes left.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, but there will be very important techniques for almost every Chinese medical doctors knows. It's called the open or turn on the switches, turn on the 4 switches on the human bodies. The 2 switches on the hands, the other 2 on the leg. For the first first finger and the second fingers, the stock here on the junction point here is called 合谷. That can bring all the energy from top to go to the bottom. To bring all the energy goes down, kind of a flush. Okay, and the second, so the both hands. So later when we do the meditation, you don't need to use your hands to do this. You just meditate the position. Breathing with these 2 points is good enough. Okay.
Oh, just focus your attention on that spot.
It's an energy flush from top to bottom. And second, the other 2 points is on the leg. How to say that? Also, if this is our leg, same position. It's about liver. It's a liver meridian on the leg.
Like on the leg, like where on the leg?
But allow me, let I show you. Mine is easier here.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's on the foot.
On the foot. So
between the
just
2
like
toes.
this, index finger, right? The thumb here. So goes down, and this is the index one, goes down. There will be a junction over here. So you only just kind of know where it is. No need to have a precise position. It's okay. The 2 points is called Tai Chong, which is for liver meridian, and the function of this is for all the female. You have blood issue, no matter is the period, the issues come too late, come too early, or come too long, come too short, or too early to stop, whatever, no matter what, for anything related to this period problem. And also because it's only related to the blood issues. So anything about the blood is also, we can do some treatment on this spot, Tai Chong. So the 2 position here is do the energy flush from top to bottom. And Tai Chong brings all the blood go back to the top. So it's up and down, flushed, the bidirectional flush. So that means when we use 4 needles on these 2 spots, and on these 4 spots, which means a huge circulation, speed up inside of human bodies. And by flush this, combined with the breathing technique, with long breath, long deep breath, then bring much more energy goes into the body to speed up this kind of flushing, peacefully flush. So it's not you will not feel very, very powerful. No, it just peacefully make the energy flow silently but fastly, faster than ever. Only by these 4 needles, many illness or many uncomfortable symptoms already be cured, be eased.
Wow.
Okay.
That's fascinating.
So now what we are going to do is everybody can either you can choose to sit there easily, or you can lie down on the couch or on your bed. Okay. Let me have a.
I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
No problem, please.
Go ahead.
Well, no, you just mute. So please You have to switch on to, yeah. You mute again. Hello, Wanda. We can hear you.
When we're
Okay.
pressing on points, do we want to do it really hard, or does it matter how much pressure we put on a point for acupressure?
Can you repeat your question again?
She wants to
Does
know
it
if it
matter how much,
pressure.
does it matter how much pressure we put on a point
Oh,
to make it effective?
okay. That's a good question. According to Chinese medical theory, we define every acupoint into 3 different levels. It's top to solve the problem is not too serious. In the center means the problem already a little bit serious, and the bottom means that the problem is very terribly serious. That's the theory. So for most of all, our daily problem will be very only by very gently and slightly touch on the acupoint. It's good enough. Only for those people who has cancer or they have terrible problem. Okay. Anyway, or HIV, this kind of very terrible problem, then you have to press very hard onto the button. Otherwise, just slightly and gently touch the acupoint. It's good enough.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And only by breathing and meditation for the 4 points, we say turn on the 4 switches. It's already good, very powerful. So without touching, you just sit or lie on the couch or on the bed easily. Okay. So close your eyes. Let's take several deep breaths. Inhale, you can count to 6 slowly, and exhale, you can count to 8 or 10 slowly. Continue your long, deep breaths. Now trying to relax. If you sit, just sit easily. And you have to move your jaw or make your neck backward slightly and extend your spine. So you kind of sit up, but not too much, just easily. And put down your shoulder. Don't let your teeth to bite. Lower your tongue. Let your throat open. And check your hip. Also relax without any stress. And check your knee, check your legs. If you found out there'll be you use some force, and just relax. Continue with your long, deep breaths. Make your heart feel peaceful and joyful. So there will be a smile on your face. This is a very important technique. Pray for Reiki, for what you have to learn or you used to be, or any spirits, Holy Spirits, or sacred powers to surround you. When you inhale, to bring in all the holy or sacred energy into your body deeply. When you exhale, to let go with all the unnecessary or too much energies outside of your body. Now the technique for this meditation, turn on the 4 switches, you have to do this. When you inhale, you have to focus on your 2 acupoints on your hand. And when you exhale, you have to focus on your feet, the 2 points on your 2 acupoints on your feet. So inhale on hands, exhale on feet. Remember to keep your smile continuously. If you lost your smile, bring it back. If you find out you give pressure on your throat, just keep it open. And go back to focus on your hands and feet and your breath. So when we do inhale, feel the energy flows from head to toes. When we exhale, to feel the energy go backward from toes to go back to your head. It's a completely circulation. Give you a happy mood and your smile on your face. It's a smile, so don't use too many forces on your mouth. It's naturally to reflect how you feel and what you feel right now. If you found there's something on your muscles going too tight, adjust your gesture and release all the unnecessary forces, making yourself sit or sit still. Take a long, deep breath. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, bring yourself back, and do Kenyo Call for your body to bring all the energy back to balance.
Thank you. Wow, that was very cool. Was it a kind of a sense of breathing the energy in through this point and out through the foot point? Yeah, so I kind of breathe in here and out through the feet through that point.
And go back.
Uh-huh. Okay. And around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very cool.
Hope you like it.
Yes, I feel more alert and energized. Anybody else? How are you feeling?
I feel extremely relaxed, and I just want to thank you, Richard, for all of the points that you showed us. I found them to be fascinating, especially about the one with the skin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, I just felt very relaxed as well. And it was easy for me to visualize the 4 points and the breathing. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I liked it too. My video won't come back on, Karen. I can't get my video on, but it says the host disabled it. Anyway, but no, it was, yeah, very, very powerful. I thought, yeah, I liked the energy moving, down and through and then coming back up. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, and Laura says, thank you so much. This was delightful and illuminating. I can't wait to listen again. Yeah, for all of you, I will be sending out an email with this recording. So if you want to review the points, you can listen to the recording and get the points again.
Great.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Richard. We appreciate your knowledge
Thank
and
you.
information very, very much. And thank you for your time, for
Thank you.
joining us. And yeah, thank you.
My honor. Thank you for inviting me here. Have the opportunity to share the information.
Yes.
Very good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Linda.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you.